Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. Today I wanted to have a look at a bit of a subsection of the collecting community, and that is burnt food collectors. Now people have been collecting burnt food for years now, and I've never really thought about why or how much it's worth or anything like that. So in today's video I want to have a look at all of those things. How much is burnt food worth? How big a collections people have? Where people sell it? And why people sell it. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoy and let's get started. So burnt food has kind of slowly over the years become a collector's item. Now to a certain extent, people will collect literally any item in the game that they can. However, burnt food is very popular even within the collecting community. Now the main reason for that is because it is not sellable on the Grand Exchange, which makes it kind of uncommon and hard to obtain some of these burnt food items. And because it does not sell on the Grand Exchange, it has made this kind of mundane item more rare. Burnt food is actually a bit more uncommon than you would think. When you progress from level 1 to 99 cooking, you're burning food less and less. Lower level food items are particularly rare because if you imagine shrimp for example, you might be only cooking shrimp for 1 to 20 levels at max, and even if you decided to cook shrimp all the way from levels 1 to 99, you would stop burning it after a while, making it impossible to obtain on that account. So because of this, lower level food items tend to be higher valued or at least more desirable. Now because you stop burning food at certain levels except for higher level fish, you will almost always need other accounts to obtain a sizable burnt food collection. Now trying to value a collection of items in such a niche category is going to be kind of hard. The price you can pay or sell it for can vary quite a bit based on who is buying it and how much someone wants it. It has no inherent value because it is not used in the game for anything, so it's really just what people value it at. However, generally the price will vary between 20 GP and 100 GP per burnt food item. From what I've seen, you get around 20 to 40 GP per burnt food for smaller food collections, and for larger ones like 100k burnt food plus, or smaller collections of rarer ones like burnt shrimp, mackerels, or lower level fish, you might get upwards of 100 GP per burnt fish. Now something I didn't know until recently that's actually kind of interesting is that you can actually burn food every time. If you use a piece of cooked food on a fire, you will burn it. Now if this is possible, why aren't people just burning their own food? Well, it really just comes down to burnt food generally being worth less than cooked food. So for anything below like tuna, you're going to be losing money by burning your own food because the burnt food is generally only worth 40 to 100 GP at max. For most people, you maybe get maximum of 50 GP, which means that only very low level food would be worth burning. Like I said earlier, lower level food tends to be rarer. However, generally people don't pay more for it. It's just more of a desirable collection, so it may sell quicker, or in the rare case, someone may pay more for it. So because of that, and the fact that it's more time consuming to burn your food twice, generally people will just buy collections instead of re-burning it themselves. Okay, so next up here, let's have a look at some burnt collections. First up here, we have a guy by the name of Mugman1, and he has a collection of nearly 1 million burnt shark. Burnt shark is probably one of the more common burnt items to have. Shark is a very popular cooking method, so a lot of people will be training it and even burning it. However, that is still a very impressive collection of burnt shark. Like I said earlier, collections of 100k plus will tend to get more value, so a collection of nearly 1 million of an item will be worth actually quite a bit. Next up here, we have a nice varied collection. We have like 62k burnt lobsters, 46k monkfish, 44k sharks. We can see those are generally going to be the most common because they are the most common training methods. Afterwards, we have about 27k burnt trout, then 20k burnt tuna, 15k carambouans, 15k swordfish, with the least common collection here being burnt bread. That makes sense because who is actually making bread or even burning bread? Not very common. Next up here, we have another collection from someone named Ekcom. He has a collection of around 420,000 burnt items. Once again, the most common being lobsters and sharks, and then tunas, salmon or trout, it's kind of hard to tell, swordfish, and then carambouans, monkfish, shrimp, and then it goes down from there. Again, the rarest one being burnt bread, although there's also some burnt chicken and some burnt rainbow fish. Next up here, we have a collection of 520,000 burnt food items, only 10 different items, 115k being shark, 160k being monkfish, tuna being pretty popular, and carambouans, but 520,000 burnt items is a pretty large collection really. Again, if you have a larger burnt food collection, definitely leave a comment down below. There's a lot posted on the forums with people having like 4 or 5 million plus burnt food collections, but there's no image to go with it, so I'm not going to show those off. If you do have any, definitely send me an email and I might make a follow-up video for this. Last up here, we have a pretty awesome collection of over 1 million burnt food items. We have 360k burnt monkfish, 290k burnt lobsters, about 200k burnt shark, 128k burnt salmon or trout, 125k burnt tuna, 105k burnt swordfish. From there we have some other interesting ones like burnt anglerfish, Burnt meat is pretty rare because it's a pretty low level item. Burnt rock crab is kind of rare because now at level 99 cooking, you don't actually burn it with the cooking cape anymore. So anyone cooking it past 99 will not be burning it, which makes it a pretty high XP training method for people going for like 200 mil cooking or stuff like that. Also, it looks like he has 472k burnt rainbow fish. So those are some example collections. I really find it fascinating how much work must go into finding people to sell you these items. Just imagining how many different people must have contributed to this collection to make it what it is. Anyway guys, that is it for the video. If you have any collections you want to show off, definitely send me an email or leave a comment down below. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave the video a like, and I will see you next time.